Alright, yo, what's up, everyone? It's your boy Jack OATz to go. You either know or you don't. So today we are doing just the big, just all of the books that I have. I know you're looking at a blank table right now. I'm just going to start putting out the books that I'm referring to now. So, first book that came in, you guys already know. This one is the Book of the Golden Dawn. Just describes what the Golden Dawn is and the practices that they go through to ascend to a greater level. After the Golden Dawn comes the Order of the Rosy Cross, as you guys know from previous videos. And then after the Rosy Cross, the last order is the Order of the Silver Star, and that means you've completed your journey for the most part. So that was one book. Then the next book we got is, I should probably go this way. It's YouTube. God damn. And sorry, I have to hold it like this instead of like how I did it last time, just because I'm trying to use this new microphone that I got that just connects straight up to the lightning port on my phone. And hopefully if it gives good enough sound, I can just make videos on like my lunch breaks and stuff, which would be cool. But yeah, that is The Night Side of Runes by Dr. Thomas Carlson. This has been one of the more interesting books just because, as I've said in the reveal, Carlson does a really good job of explaining cross lore and cross mythology. So he talks about the Kabbalah that we all know about, and then he also expresses a very firm understanding about how that connects with Greek culture, Norse mythology, Egyptian mythology. It talks about it all. And like I've said in other videos, it's all connected, and it's almost scary how well it does connect to pretty much every religion that you can think of. It even talks about Indian philosophies and some Chinese, Japanese, everything. It is amazing, actually. So I'm on my second read-through of that one. I'll be giving you guys some videos that talk about the stuff that he says in this book, because it's pretty wild. Thomas Carlson is one of my favorite philosophers right now. So the next one, I'm going to do this one first. So this is one you guys have not seen yet. This one came in next, and this is The Kabbalistic Encyclopedia by David Godwin. Now, this is literally what it sounds like. It's just an encyclopedia. So you guys have seen the inside of both of those books, but on the very inside, boom, we got everything here. And I posted, as soon as I got this, I was like, dude, there's no way this is in the very opening of this book. Because to me, this kind of looks like, where Noct goes to go make these pacts with the devils, but that's just me. But anyway, it's literally just an encyclopedia. So you guys give me a name, and I'll be able to just like look it up. Like, here we go. Oh, here we talk about Cancer, and gives you the sign, the archangel associated with it, the angel, the triplicity by day, all of that good stuff. Let's see. This is a good one here. So here we talk about, what is it giving us a description of? It is talking about 7 earths. There's one beneath the other, just as there are 7 heavens and 7 hells. Different sources give them differently. So it's giving all the different sources. They talk about Crowley's sources, and then Midrash's sources, and then just how they describe each and every one of these things. It goes on to say, Crowley calls these the 10 earths in 7 places. His source may have been the Zohar, and then it starts going into the gnomes, which is associated with one of these earths. So it says, Chelad is our own earth. Arca contains the 7 hells. The other 5 or 6 are inhabited by men who do not have Adam as their ancestor. And those are the Adama, Arca, Olam, and Ophir. So we started to get gnomes, and we talked about Asta being maybe a golem, maybe a gnome. But this is a really cool book. It's not so much like, oh, hey, this is how things like work. But if anyone's ever confused on, like, remember, we have like different names for different devils. Like Beelzebub, we can go off of Belial or Beelzebub or Beelzebel. You look up that name and it will tell you, like, okay, refer to this name instead, and then it'll give you a brief description of it. So pretty handy book. It has some really cool stuff in there. It does talk about OATz, who I believe is Magicula. And actually, let's just turn to it, because this is exactly what I referenced and I never showed you guys. Gets an I. Of course, it's all alphabetical, so that makes things pretty easy. I don't know my alphabet. I'm so sorry. Almost there. Okay. So here we go. So we have Ishet Zenonim, and it's the Hebrew spelling. It's the woman of whoredom, demon of prostitution. These are the numbers that are associated with her, just so you guys know what that means. And then it goes on, and it says, is the mother of Kiowa, or the beast, Samael being the father, or Samael and Iseth Zenonim together are considered to be Kiowa. And she is correspondent to Bina in Crowley's Book of Liber 777. Now, I just talked about Kiowa and the beast and Samael. So remember, this is not Samael meaning Adremelech. This is Samael meaning the actual fallen angel, which in Crowley's Liber 7.7 is where Lucifuge Focal normally would be. I'm sorry, not where Lucifuge is, but where I made the same mistake in the last video, where Beelzebub / Belial would normally be. So if we're using Crowley's clipot, Xenon's devil would be Samael instead, meaning that Magicula and Xenon's devil are actually the mother and father of who I believe is Dante's devil, which is Belphegor. But let's look up Kiowa and see what we get. I'm in the A's. Why don't I know my alphabet? All right, here we go. E-D, it's C-H, C-H-I-O-A. There we go. So, Kiowa is the beast, the union or offspring of Samael, prince of demons, and Ishet Zenonim, demon of prostitution, archdemon corresponding to Tiferet in Crowley's Liber 777. So, I just did a huge video talking about what demon is in Tiferet, and that's Belphegor, otherwise known as Kiowa the Beast, which is also attributed to the number 666. And just so we go all the way in on this, we can look at, my spelling's off. Here we go. Belphegor, archdemon corresponding to Tiferet. Said to be the infernal ambassador to France, the name is almost certainly a corruption of the biblical Baal Peor, which is, again, another name that he can go by, and is a Moabite fertility god. So, like I said, it's got everything. It'll give you sigils and all that good stuff of different demons. So these are some big books here. Now, my favorite one just came in, and I'm just about done reading it as of last night. And this is another Thomas Carlson banger. And this one is the Kabbalah, Clipot, and Goetic Magic. Now, this is almost like this Kabbalistic encyclopedia, which he does reference in that book. But it is a very complete guide to what the Clipot and all this magic is all about. I'm so excited about this. I will tell you, I read a whole excerpt out of this on my last video just last night. So if you guys haven't seen that, definitely check it out. But look, this is everything we're going over. This is the table of contents. You have the origin of the Kabbalah, the breaking of the shells, the fall of Lucifer, the opening of the abyss, Lilith Doth, and the fallen Sophia. We've talked about Sophia a little bit on this channel. The Geburah, this is where all the shells started breaking. From Geburah stems the Clipot. As God was making the Tree of Life, the shells started breaking at Geburah, and from Geburah we have the Tree of Death. And then they talk about Geburah and Satan. And it's interesting because I didn't actually put this together, but Geburah is the divine justice of the Tree of Life, and this is where Satan kind of was before his fall, and it's an independent Sephira, and when it becomes too independent, it creates other worlds, and that's exactly what Satan did. So that was pretty cool. They also talk about the destroyed worlds. Something I didn't know is that uh, we in this philosophy they're treating the way the demiurge creates these worlds of man is a trial and error process, and there are broken, destroyed worlds of failed humans, and this is why we get like the great floods and all of these plagues and all that stuff. These are again very interesting stuff. Then we go straight up into the demonology of the Clipbotic demonology, the Noga and the Shekinah, really cool stuff. The Sitra Ara, which we have talked about, which is beyond the Tree of Death. It is the Ein Sophar in its darkest form, which is still the Ein Sophar, just on the other side. So it is technically one being. The Tree of Knowledge. Now, this is something I'm going to start putting in my vocabulary. He stops calling it the Clipbot and instead starts calling it the Tree of Knowledge. And the reason for this is because the Tree of Life in Christianity and Catholicism is the tree in the Garden of Eden where they're not supposed to eat the apples of. And those apples described in this book are actually the shells of the Clipbot. And that is where they attain knowledge. And just so you guys know, the Garden of Eden did not start out on Earth. The Garden of Eden actually started out in heaven. And if you guys are fans of Supernatural like I am, you saw this in that show. They actually had to go to heaven to meet Gabriel, the archangel, to go into the Garden of Eden, because that's where it originated. And when Satan fell, he brought everything with it. So that's also cool in and of itself. In just some brief philosophical points here, like what actually is evil in the Kabbalah, the root of evil, what is evil. Then we start talking about the 10 Clipot. And I just read this one to you guys. All right, and that one was the 3.5-page banger, as you can see. But it talks about everything, and this, they call it the Abyss, but that is dot, just so you guys are not thrown off. Let's go to the Satariel, though, all right, while we're talking about Eshed and all that stuff. So 135. Oh, I forgot. So we also got Clipotic Invocations, the Clipotic Tunnels. That one's a really interesting chapter. 10 Clipotic Sigils, just exactly what it sounds like. And then the Goetic Magic, all different types of them. Yeah. A demonic incantation according to the Grimorium Verum. I have that book, just so you guys know. But yeah, all that good stuff. So what we're going to 135. So here we are going to read about the Satariel. It says it's the first Klippa after the River of the Abyss. Now, just off of that, after the River of the Abyss, and we look at the Dark Triad, and I've told you guys, I believe they came from the River Styx, which is why they seem to be almost carbon copies of Nox's parents. I believe they were like pseudo reborn into a different life. But anyway, the adept enters into Satariel, reborn and baptized in the black water of the Abyss. Satariel is the dark side of Bina, and these worlds are strongly related since Bina is already in itself a dark force that acts as a root of the left side on the Tree of Life. The difference is that Satariel is not part of the bright order of the Tree of Life, but part of the Sitra Ara and the other side. Both Bina and Satariel correspond to dark and mysteries. They represent the principles that carry all answers within, but lie hidden in utter darkness. Satariel is the one who keeps secret and hides something. The darkness that is created in Bina acts as a negative form in which creation receives its shape. Bina and Satariel represent time and destiny. Very interesting that they put there that time is associated with the Satariel, where Lucifuge Cal would be, or in Crowley's Clipbot Samael. Now, I'm going to save the rest for later because that was supposed to be another video. But, I mean, you guys can probably see why I'm going to love that book so much, or why I already do love that book. So if I had to rank these from bottom to top, I'm telling you, Thomas Carlson is sitting at the top. Boom, number 1, number 2. And then these are close 3s, honestly. I just like this for the reference that you know, you can look something up directly and go like, okay, that's a thing, and it'll lead you to where you need to start your research. I do like that about that. This one, this is more of a personal endeavor. I mean, we've talked almost all about this, so there's no real big surprises in that, but I'm still also not done. As you can see, it's the biggest book I have. So, yeah, these are the books that I'm referencing. I hope you guys appreciate the effort I'm trying to put into like giving you guys content. Let me know what you guys think about this. Do not be afraid for my life. These are strictly informational books. Yes, you did see there are like some invocation things and talks about spells and stuff. I do not plan on practicing magic, so you guys know that for your comfort. But anyway, yeah, it's been Jack OATz to go. Thank you guys for tuning into the video. Again, let me know what you guys think about this. Tell me what you would like to find out from me regarding this sources. But yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. You guys are the best. See you in the next video. Stay safe, stay out the way. This has been Jack OATz to go. You either know or you don't.